to have a national celebrity with me.
Well, I'm glad to be here. It's fun.
You've been on all sorts of television shows, both nationally and locally. Jay Leno, Rosie O'Donnell, The View, and here you are in a local venue. Thanks a lot for... Well, you know, you have won probably... I've been reading your book, The Blue Ribbon Baking, which is fascinating, and you have won altogether maybe 2,700 ribbons at state fair and county fairs. And I read the book, and that the night before the going to the state fair, you have maybe 60 items that you're going to present. And you're very torn as to which of the items. You've tried out various samples. How do you go about it, and is it nerve-wracking?
Oh, you know, I like baking for the fair, I like that, but I don't like that last day because you have to get, and especially like I start sort of, that's the one night I never get any sleep because we start defrosting because of course, when you enter that many things, you froze them. So I start defrosting in the afternoon, and then, and what I used to do in the afternoon, like say I entered cookies, well, I freeze maybe the 12 that I thought were the best. You only have to enter 6. Now I guess it's 4. And so I'd say, now which 6 should I enter? This 6 or that 6? Maybe this 6 would be the same shade and this one be a little lighter or darker. And oh, all those decisions. And so, and then finally, you see, I have to find a container for every one of them because, see, we have to pack them in boxes or that so nothing gets crushed on the way over.
Your husband, Lee, is at it, helps you put things in the trunk of the car. And so it's all organized, and you go for it. Yeah, right.
It takes us hours. Really, it takes me hours to get, and then he has it so that he knows, because we just got an ordinary car, you know, to take all these things in, and so it's really something.
Now, I have been, for the last several moments, salivating in anticipation of trying out I have never had the opportunity to really eat the pastries of a national award winner. And so, what have you got here?
Now, see, this is from my cookbook. This is the sour cream coffee cake. It's on page 148 in the cookbook, and it.
I will try a bite right
now.
Okay.
Yeah. And see if you don't. Everybody likes that, and that's won so many ribbons. Actually,
this is called the
sour cream streusel coffee cake. Yeah, it's supposed to be real. It's real tender, real moist, and really delicious. Yeah,
I'd like to come to your home often if you don't mind. This is very good, awfully good.
And then
is this fairly easy to make?
Yeah, actually, yes. Especially if you have a stand mixer, you have to have an electric mixer. And if you have a stand mixer, you see, you can be doing sifting your flour while that butter and that sugar and that eggs are really beaten up really well, And so you beat that up very, very well, and then you've got this flour that's sifted with the baking powder and baking soda, and then you stir that in with some sour cream. And
even for a total novice, which I am, it doesn't seem like it's impossible to do. Now, you said in the book that the easiest way to start is with a cookie, and particularly your Gingersnaps cookie.
Yes, because they're on page 164 in the cookbook, and they're real easy to make, and and they go quick and easy. Yeah, they really, and everybody seems to love those Gingersnaps. Yeah.
What does one do to? How do you go about it?
Well, see, all you do is put the first 4 ingredients, which is the shortening and the sugar, an egg and some molasses, and you beat that up really, really well. And then while that's speeding up, and that's nice if you have a stand mixer because, see, that does all the work for you. Then you take your flour and sift it with the salt and the baking soda and then all the spices, and then just stir that in, and there you have it. And then you can chill your dough if you want to, because a chilled dough is always easier to work with. And so then you roll it into little balls, and we'll roll the balls in sugar, put them on a cookie sheet, a non-greased cookie sheet, and put it in the oven at 375 for 6 or 8 minutes, and there they are.
It doesn't seem impossible.
No, it's really,
I want to tell you something about that. All my life, I have enjoyed Gingersnaps, and I've always bought them from store.
Right.
This is the first time, really, I've ever had homemade in my career. And now I shall be forever spoiled.
I know. You know what? One time when I was out walking, this woman said, "My mother-in-law has your cookbook, and she baked the Gingersnaps for my husband. Now that's his favorite cookie. That's all he wants." So they really are good. And the stars, I handed them all to all the stars and all the big athletes and everything, and everybody liked them. Everybody liked them.
There was another tip which I thought was valuable in the book. There were a lot of tips, but the one I thought would be the most interesting is about the fact that in your own oven, you found discrepancies in the cooking range.
Right.
So you're saying that checking your temperature is critical when you're making pastries.
It really is, because like I could tell from my baking that my oven was hotter because it was getting done faster and going brown more. And so then I went out and bought a portable oven thermometer and tested, and sure enough, it was actually 50 degrees hotter than it was supposed to be. And most ovens, like, you put it to 350, but so many are 25 degrees less, some are 25 degrees higher. So it is really nice to have that portable one to double check your oven. Yeah.
You've been on all sorts of national shows.
Right.
Now this, where we are, is our little studio,
Yeah.
very informal, very casual. What's it like? I've never been there myself. What's it like being on a big-time national television?
It really is nice, especially, on the Tonight Show. First of all, they fly me first class, and then Lee's always comes with me. And then we go to a nice hotel, and there's always limousine service to take you from the airport to your hotel and then back to the studio. And when you get to the studio, I have my own dressing room. There's my name, Marjory Johnson, on there. And then they always send you to makeup, and so oh boy, those makeup artists are so good. They can just take 20 years off like anything. I like that.
Well, now, you've been on Jay Leno a number of times and Rosie O'Donnell a number of times. It wasn't just one appearance. They liked you, so they brought you back.
Right, yeah. I was on Rosie O'Donnell like 12 times, and then now it's been about 12 times on Jay Leno, and I'm supposed to be on this fall sometime, they said, yeah.
And were they as charming and gracious as they appear on television?
Yes, and you know what? All those big names, like Jay and Rosie and then Wayne Brady, all the big stars, they were just so down to earth, no big ego at all. They just talk to you like you and I are talking together. It's real easy.
You have a wonderful book. You just came out finally, which is called Blue Ribbon Baking.
The Road to Blue Ribbon Baking with Marjory, yeah.
And it's not only about your pastries, how to do it, but also it's a lot of pages about your life, which I thought was fascinating.
Yeah, right. It's sort of an autobiography, too, because I started baking my first cake at 8, and it takes you how I got from there to the Tonight Show. It's sort of the path how it all came, and it all because I was a good baker and started, and the State Fair actually did start it, because the first time I was on was because out in New York there was this program that James Beard had, and so they invited me to that, and about 11 states represented the United States. It was county fairs fairs across the state, across the United States, and so I went on for them to talk about it, and then Rosie O'Donnell saw me on that show, or one of her producers, and got in time with me, and that was started to know.
Marjorie, it's gone very quickly.
It's already over. It's already over. Gosh, so fast.
Thank you very much. I know the book can be gotten anywhere in the Twin Cities,
right,
Barnes & Noble and so on.